Welcome back to the Dr. Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall in Cairo in Egypt. And half-time in this Group B match at the 2021 Men's Handball World Championships. France, 6 times world champions, are leading Austria 17-13. Guillaume Gilles has really turned the bench today. The bad news for the Austrians is that Zivkovic is trying to walk off that injury from the first half. He came out, he was hobbling heavily. He's actually walking better. That's him in the middle of the pitch with his back to us. He's walking better, but he was shrugging his shoulder to the coach as if to say it's not good. We'll have to wait and see, but he got caught in a collision with Aquilino, who'd just come on. That man, Gerard, and the goalkeeper warming up, has had a blistering first half. And the Austrians are struggling against him. Gerard, who has made 11 saves from 24 shots. Compare that to the 2 saves, 1 each by Bauer and Kuiper, from 19 shots faced in the first half. But the French have got a different defensive lineup. And working with Tourna and Dipanda in the center of the defense rather than the usual Fabregas and Karabatic. He's still trying to run it off. As the mascot of the tournament, Horus, the sun god, dances us towards the restart of this match. And clearly isn't going to start again. Tracksuit is still on, and indeed Stevanovic has gone on court. Number 77, 22-year-old Fivers player who looks like he's going to give him a break. So we're just about ready. So Austria throw off the second half of this Group E Men's Handball World Championship match, trailing France 13-17. France world champions back in 2017 and 2015. In fact, 6 times world champions. They've medaled in 11 of the last 14 world championships. Utacek. Wagner. All 126 kilos of him, difficult to hold. The French take the throw quickly. Aquilino almost climbed over the defender. Second goal for the 31-year-old. It's never too late to get called up for a major competition. Jumped inside the area that time, Herberger. And it's a turnover. Looks for the line. While he was slow getting back, trying to pick up the loose ball. That was his position to defend, and Fabregas, who didn't play in the first half, comes on and gets his first goal. Lovely pass into him by Remili. And the Barcelona line player. It's on the score sheet. 5-goal lead for France, biggest in the game so far. Kept on getting to 4 goals, and the Austrians would pull back again. Utacek, Zaina. Oh, that's nicely done. Plenty of power on that one. Utacek. Second goal. France once more take a quick throw off. Remili. And that's a penalty. Pushed over as he was shooting. Fabregas, the player, fouled, and he's instantly made a difference. And May, who is on. May will take the penalty. And scores. That's 4 from 4 now in the competition. May scored 3 against the Norwegians. So May replaces Richardson in that central role. But he's not being used in defense. He's raced off. And with all the resin he's got, he's picking up loose bits of rubbish as he comes on off court. No reflection on him, of course. Utacek. Well, he's trying to make a point. Stevanovic scores his first goal for Austria in a major competition. He'd only played once for them before, scoring a couple of goals. Into the wing. And that's the first miss of the tournament for Diska. French left winger who's just started in the second half, who scored 4 from 4 in his first World Championship match against Norway. That was quite a record, the Montpellier winger. So we're still seeing changes between attack and defense. Hutacek and Zeiner is back on again, the captain, number 28. Race for Schwarz Tirol, currently leading the Austrian league. Here he comes. Quick switch to the left side. Looking to do a little Kemper, lob it in the air, over the area for the winger to jump on, catch and shoot before he lands. Instead, though, it's intercepted by France, and they're punished at the other end, as Diska makes up for his last miss. There was the interception, and Remili again, long pass straight across. He's had 2 telling long-range passes. That one there, and the earlier one to Fabregas. 4 minutes played. And we've had 7 goals. Going to be a free throw. Wagner never want to shy away from the challenge. So Remiliac, Villot and Maé across the back. On the wing. Portes come in on the right-hand side, and Diska on the left, and he stuck to his word, Guillaume Gilles, of turning the bench. Superb pass to the line. Maé with a huge amount of spin goes around the defender and into Fabregas. That was absolute class. Zeiner shifted left for the moment. Hutacek goes around. Seemed to fumble the ball. Karabatic thought he might get it, but not given. Zeiner thought his foot was a bit close to it. So Stevanovic on the far side, just 22 years of age. New crop of players coming through for the Austrians. Fremel off the post, unlucky for him. Remili picks up the loose ball. Fabregas positions himself. That's a poor pass, and instead now it's a break back the other way. Wagner. Not too often you see the line player going up on the break. 6 goals for him. It's going to be a free throw. Remili scored 4 from 6 in the opening game, the 25-year-old who plays for Paris Saint-Germain. He's there with Gérard, the goalkeeper, and the spare keeper, Gentil, who hasn't been played yet. Under the new COVID rules, to give them more options, instead of naming 16, that you then can change in and out of, you can name 20, and you only have to name the 16 who play the match 1 hour before the match. Another breakthrough and another goal for Fabregas, 3 in the second half in 6.5 minutes for him. Second line players come in. They'll change now, and Wagner's going to go off, and he's going to leave Herberger, who's done a lot of defending in the first half, with some attacking time. Herberger, who scored 20 goals in 34 appearances, that ended up with a red card in the opening match off the back of 3 2-minute suspensions. Of course, it doesn't rule you out of the next game when it's 3 times 2 minutes, unless, of course, the last foul is a bad one itself, but there was no report, and he's back in today. So, a little bit of a muddle there. That was the goal at the other end, though, Fabregas. With, again, Remili, who's made 3 key assists in the second half, leaving no chance whatsoever for Kaipe in goal. Tries to switch to the other line player. Would have done better to take the shot himself. Break is on now as the ball is intercepted by the Austrians. Zeiner, that's blocked. And Maé gets the ball out quickly. Diska cuts towards the middle for a better angle and scores. 2 goals for him, 6 overall in the competition. The Montpellier winger. incredibly quick off the mark. And it's no mean feat because he's defending on Weber's side, so he knows he's got to be cautious. Zaina comes back for the free throw. France is slowly opening up the gap here. Full goal lead at half-time. Now 7 goals. Zaina. And a team timeout called by Switzerland. Their second of the game. Switzerland, Austria, I beg your pardon. I'm still in the first game here. Getting my Alpine countries mixed up. So Aleš Pajovic may feel the attack is lacking a little bit of direction at the moment. Needs to reset things.
Gehen wir bald, gehen wir 7 gegen 6 weiter. Ja. Okay? Dani, komm so Angriff. Gut die Mitte. Ja. Okay? So wie macht man? Ja. Was? Die Mitte. Wir haben gesagt, vom linken Seite, starten wir hier oder hier. Kann wir auch verlagern, Spiel egal. Wenn kommt dann Pass zum Flügel, bitte eine Mitte hier, ja. Sofort wechseln. Okay? Gehen wir, komm. Gehen wir.
Bis zum Schluss kämpfen.
Jungs, vergessen wir ihn 2 Euro.
Aleš Pajovic with his instructions there. 180 caps he's got for Slovenia, as we see that nice block by Akvilou and the goals on the break by Diska off the back of it. He's certainly happy. 6 goals from 7 in the competition. Final instructions and we're ready to go. So play resumes after that team timeout. And it's a passive play now against the Austrians. Empty goal, and Gerard's going to try and get himself on there. He's done it again. Well, if you're going to attack 7 against 6, there is always that danger. And 2 goals for the French keeper now. Brings him up to 16 on his career. Undeterred, though, the Austrians come back and start again. Goalkeeper is off. 7 against 6, 2 on the line. Dicker has come on into the attack. His first minutes in the World Championships for the number 24. Wagner wins the penalty. And it's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Fabregas, the player in trouble. Barcelona line player. Heads to the bench. It's probably the pull from the back. So the penalty to be taken by Weber. Scored 4 from 4 against Switzerland in their opener. Scores that one rather coolly. After getting 7 in the opening game, though, that's still only his 2nd goal in just under 40 minutes of play. Gerard feeling he should have read that better. So he goes straight off court, though, while they're short-handed. So May, Karabatic has replaced the suspended Fabregas to come out and drop back in on the other side. Switches on. Hermann tries to read it by coming up onto Akvilou. Into the wing, big gap, Porte. And no chance there for Kuiper from that angle. First goal of the game for Valentin Porte. And there is Karol Zivkovic with his knee, and it doesn't look like he's going to be playing any further part in today's match, and we'll have to wait and see if he can play the Norwegian match in 2 days' time. Hutacek goes straight through. 3 goals for him. Well, the understanding not quite there, but it's tough when you're short-handed, exploiting the extra space, the Austrians. Suspension still has 20 seconds to run. May It's blocked there on the way through by Daniel Dicker, the 25-year-old who plays in Germany for Eisenach in the second division Bundesliga. Akvilo, Remili. Tried to be casual about it, and a no-look pass. Gerard's got back in goal now. And in fact, the suspension has just ended as well. Bit of untidy play by the French. So off come Hermann and Huber. Change between attack and defense. So Guillaume Gilles, very close to the defense at the end of the bench, giving his instructions. Wagner well covered this time. Karabatic moved up, as did Fabregas. Trying to screen him. Karabatic having to come back now and keep an eye on Wagner, because he's trying to back into him. Tries to go through Akvilo. Somehow manages to block the path for Stevanovic. Long attack here by the Austrians. Well, there we go. The arm goes up by the referee. Passive play. That's nice. Frimmel over the shoulder. Second goal for the 25-year-old from Kadetten Schaffhausen in Switzerland. Emily seems to be saying to May, come round, I want you back in the middle. That's your job. Free throw for the foul on Karabatic. I'm sure the French would have rather played on at that point. So May in the centre, who plays in Hungary for Veszprém. 33 goals for them this season in the Hungarian league. As ever, they're top. And another goal. Valentin Porte. Little cross. Well, he almost carried the ball. Released it fairly late, but got plenty of power on it. Second goal by Stevanovic, both of them bullets. Turnover. Wingers are covered on both sides. Played with Weber not quite getting into his game today, as we see that to cover again. That's good play. See it again on that one. Kuiper saved it. Gerard was nowhere near that one, though. Kuiper now on 3 saves from 20. So the Austrians have taken out the goalkeeper again, 7 against 6. Be a free throw. Long range shot, that time is parried. The empty goal beckons. 3 empty goals now. Empty goals for France in this match. 2 from Gerard, but it was his save that teed up the third one for Diska. He did his 3rd goal of the match, Diska. Looks for the line, it's stolen. Goes out of play this time, though. Diska tried to keep it in, but couldn't. Still trying to force it through to the line, not having much luck at the moment. Tries the power shot, and that works. Who to check? Brown's taking the quick throw. Well, he should have gone for the shot because the defender was inside the area. I was saying earlier that Robert Weber, who's had a lackluster game by his standards with 2 goals from 3, has been replaced as we see that goal again. It's Ranfutel who's come on for Weber on the far side. Second player on the line. Well, he went clearly through the area, not given the Aquavillo. Well, he certainly can't give him that much room. He's got a big shot on him, Jean-Jacques Aquavillo. And that's his 10th goal for France now. His third here today as May flattens the defense for him. And a thank you to the bench for May, who did that. So France steadily pulling away here as the Austrians continue with 7 against 6. No goalkeeper at the other end. Utacek, Dicker into the wing. Valentin Porte, he nearly had it. Threw himself on the floor. And it just wasn't enough in the end. Well, even managing a bit of humour in the process. Utacek comes round. That goes wide this time. Aquavillo puts the ball up. The wingers are covered though. Porte comes back a little to get free, but he would still have had to face when he turned around Dicker. So Fabregas heads off and May comes on for the attack. Karabatic to stay on the line. Trying to find the line. Oh, it's going to be a 2-minute suspension, pulling back. And so off goes Balthazar Huber. He was not selected in the opening match. And that's why, because he was pulling him away to get him out of position. So free throw for France, and they've now got a power play for the next 2 minutes, leading by 7 goals. Into the wing, Porte, oh, deftly done. Drops his wrist back, runs it off his fingertips. Goalkeeper sees a fast arm, but the ball actually goes slower than he expects it. That's absolute class. So France bring up the 30 and are cruising along now. Austria take out their goalkeeper, but this time it's just to get parity in numbers. Long pass down, that's nicely done. Diska cuts straight away towards the middle, puts it wide. Frustration for him. Well, I guess if you're going to have an off day with some of those shots, have them on a day when you're leading comfortably. Goes back and the Gallic shrug at the other end. But the goalkeeper did well, read it to the right side, Kuiper. Free throw. Goes around, he's got a big shot. Tries again, wins the penalty this time. And it's a 2-minute suspension to go with it as well. And Aquavillo gets his marching orders. The Nîmes back player. First suspension of the game. Caught him high as well, actually. His right arm was around the neck. So Ranfutel scores. It seems that it's all left wingers taking penalties for the Austrians as he takes over from Weber. Dummies the first shot. Went the right way, Girard, but just got there too slowly. the French keeper not being quite as successful in the second half. He's still on a 41% save rate. France have taken him off, though, for the moment. Put on the extra attacker to even things up. Said earlier that ever since the retirement of Aumeyer, been looking for a real star quality keeper. Gerard is good, but oh, and another 2-minute suspension. It's Hermann. Frustration for him. Let's have a look and see. Remili goes in. Well, if anything, I think Wagner will be happy it wasn't him, because he was holding very high around the neck. But it's Hermann. His twin brother Alex Hermann has got an ankle injury and sadly missing this championship. Maé scores. It's his second of the game, first from open play. Head straight off, not on defensive duties. We've had a call from the bench calling the referees over. So we're going to have a look, and there may be a faulty substitution. I think it's with the Austrian team. They're going to have a look at the replay screen. It's one of the reasons that they can use it. And Aleš Pajovic looks to the heavens. It's one thing to lose a player in the defensive heat of the moment, but when you do it on a faulty substitution, that really is frustrating. But they are changing two players between attack and defense. They'll come down and give the decision to the referee, who will make the announcement. Oh, it's the French side. Fabregas. So that's his second of the game. He's only played in the second half, and he's on 2-minute suspension now. If he gets one more, it'll be a red card, which, as we were explaining earlier, with one of the Austrians who had the 3 2-minute suspensions, Herberger, he would be able to play the next match, and they could replace him after 2 minutes, but his match would be over if he got another suspension. So double suspension, only 4 defenders left now at the back for France, and a big chance now for the Austrians. And in the end, breaks through Hutacek at the back. France will restart very slowly. There's the handoff, crossing over. In the end, he didn't go to the other side. He went straight in. Hesitation. Porte had to decide, do I mark the back player or the winger? He couldn't really win. But he's happy. Aleš Pajovic. 8 minutes to go in the match. Into the wing. Disca realizes the angle's too tight for the shot. The French have got one of their players back. Maé races off to get Remili back on. It's Karabatic in the center of the defense. That empty goal for the Austrians, but not for much longer. That suspension coming up any second now. Neuhold. So that's nicely done. Stevanović's third of the game. Little switch back. Maybe a bit of an untidy pass, but dummies the shot. Bounces to get the extra steps and carries on through to the line. 7 minutes to go. He's third from 3 shots. As I was mentioning earlier, Christoph Neuhold has now come on for the Austrians. Number 94. Plays for Coburg in Germany. Bottom team in the German Bundesliga. An attempted shot by Maé. Screened by the defense is well saved by Kuiper. His 4th save of the game. France are now back to full strength again. Intercepted. Porte steals it, has a quick look, there's no one there, and hammers it away. 3rd goal. Nice steal. And he gets the reward of scoring the goal himself. No chance whatsoever this time for Kuiper, left to his own devices. Well, France will book their place in the main round with this victory. France, who had a miserable European Championship last year, finishing 14th, got knocked out in the preliminary round. The worst result for 3 decades. And as a result, they were in the 3rd pot. That's gone out to the side rather than behind, so it'll be a throw-in for the Austrians. Bit of spin on the ball. But the result of France's poor finish last year at the Euros means that they were in pot 3, and so were the 3rd team out of the hat for this particular group. Norway the top seeds, Austria was 2nd, France in the 3rd pot, and the USA in the 4th, who sadly have been replaced by the Swiss. Into Frimmel, who's free. Oh, good save, goes out to the other side. Well, Gérard at it again. 17 saves. Great game he's having, and getting very close to the 18 saves made by Wesley Pardin in the opening game. And after the rather disappointing Euro qualifier matches against Serbia last week, France with a defeat and a draw at home, they should hopefully still be able to make it through.